Hi, first graders. So for today for math, we're going to review telling time to the half hour. So before we start, I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pencil and then come back, and that way you can do the math along with me. So pause the video, go get a piece of paper and a pencil and come back. Okay, so let's start with looking at this clock right here. And I want you to think to yourself, what time does that clock tell us? You're right, 3 o'clock. So what we're going to do today is think about and review what it means to, what it looks like to make the time 3:30 or 3:30. So if you think of a clock as being in two parts, I'm going to cover up half of it. So that's one half of the clock. And here's the other half of the clock. So if we want to show 3:30, we have to have this minute hand go halfway around the clock. Now an hour is 60 minutes, and half of that is 30 minutes. So we have to have this minute hand go 30 minutes past the hour. So just like we did in school, let's count by fives. So count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, now let's move the minute hand and count with me again. Count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's how we show 3:30, or another way to say it is 3:30. And then on your paper, you're going to write this part. You're going to write the time like this, 3, and remember the 2 dots, 30. And also, if you remember in school, we learned that this is an analog clock, and this is how the time is on a digital clock. So you're going to be writing it the digital way on your paper. Okay? The other thing I want you to remember from school and to review today is that when we are looking at 3:30 or 3:30, the hour hand is between the 3 and the 4. So if we take the minute hand and put it back on the 12. So 3 o'clock, right? Notice the hour hand is right on the 3. But as we move the minute hand, the hour hand also moves. Very slowly, but you see the hour hand is moving. So when we get to 3:30, the hour hand is between the 3 and the 4. Okay? All right, so you can leave 3:30 on your paper. I'm going to erase mine, so you can leave yours. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a time on the clock, and you're going to write on your paper the digital way with the 2 dots. Okay? All right. Okay, so look at the clock. Think about what time it says. Remember, you look at the hour hand first. Look at what 2 numbers it's between. And look at the minute hand, and then write it the digital way on your paper. Okay, let's come back together. So if you need more time, you can pause the video here. And if you're all set, you can keep the video going. But if you need more time, pause the video and finish. Otherwise, let's come back together. So I'm noticing that the hour hand is between 10 and 11. So that means the hour is 10 because it's not quite 11 o'clock yet. So it's 10. And then the minute hand is when halfway around the clock. So that means it's 10:30. And this is how you would write 10:30. 10:30. And another way to say it is 10:30. Okay? Let's try another one. Okay, so on your paper, think about that time and write on your paper, what time is that? Okay, let's come back together. And again, if you need more time to think about it, you can pause the video. So I'm noticing that the hour hand is between the 8 and the 9. So that means the hour is going to be 8 because it's not 9 o'clock yet. So 8. And the minute hand is halfway around the clock. So it's 8:30, or another way to say that is 8:30. So 8:30, and the way to write that is 8:30. Okay? All right, good job, first graders. Let's keep going. Okay, let me give you another time to read on the clock. Okay, go ahead and read that clock and then write it the digital way on your paper. Okay, let's come back together. So I see that the hour hand is between the 12 and the 1. So my hour is 12, and the minute hand is halfway around the clock, so it's 12:30. And another way to write 12:30 is 12. Remember, that's the hour. And then the other side of the two dots, you write the minutes, 12:30. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, so go ahead and write on your paper the digital way to write this. Okay, let's come back together. So the hour hand is between the 6 and the 7. So I know the hour is 6 because it's not at 7 o'clock yet. And the minute hand has gone halfway around the clock. So that means it's 6:30. Or another way to write it is 6, the two dots. 6 is the hour, and then the other side of the two dots, you write the minutes, 30. So that's another way to write 6:30 or 6:30. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, go ahead, read the clock and write it on your paper. Okay, let's come back together. So the hour hand is between the 1 and the 2. So that means my hour is 1 because it's not 2 o'clock yet. And the minute hand has gone halfway around the clock. So it's 1:30 or 1:30. So I'm going to write 1:30, 1:30. Okay, first graders, good job reviewing telling time to the half hour. We'll see you again soon. Keep working hard.